I've also prided myself in being a great recruiter, but uh, I don't want to just be labeled as a recruiter. I think I'm a heck of a football coach. I've had a proven track record as a running backs coach and as a wide receiver coach to be able to coach some special guys and help them move on in their careers. But as a college coach, you have to be a tremendous recruiter, and I know that helps. It does help.
Coach Joe Masada from SEC Country, can you just talk about how long you've known Mark and then your ties to the Stoops brothers, even dating back to your Kansas State days?
I've known the Stoops family since I was 18 years old, 1989, when Bob Stoops obviously coached me at K-State. He was on the staff, and he didn't coach me directly, but and then Mike and I worked together at Kansas State. And you asked about Mark Stoops. I played against Mark my freshman year when he was at Iowa. I was a freshman receiver at Kansas State. We played against each other. Got to meet the family. Played with a bunch of guys from Cardinal Mooney at Kansas State, and just always been real involved with that family. Mrs. Stoops, Mark and them's mom, is a great woman that was a big fan of mine when I was playing, so I got to know her. And then obviously when I worked for her sons, has always just been a big fan. I got such great respect for their family and their story, and I'm excited to be here. And Mark and I worked together at Arizona for 2 years, and when this opportunity came open, I reached out to him and said I'd be very interested in, becoming a Kentucky Wildcat, and we worked the thing out, and I'm just ecstatic to be here. My family, we feel so blessed to have this opportunity.
Jen Smith from the Herald Leader in Lexington. Did you play one-on-one against Stoops at any point, and did you get the best of him or anything?
I don't think we ever. He was a deep safety. I was in the slot. He was way back. He didn't want to cover me. No, we didn't. And I will say this: they beat the crap out of us that day. It was one of those days. He probably played the first half and didn't play too much anymore. So.
This is a relatively young receiver group. How have you gotten to know them? What are the steps that you take to sort of get related to them and connect?
Right now, I'm just trying to learn their names. I've had some meetings with a couple guys. I just take, for example, I brought Dorian Baker in, because I've heard that Dorian's kind of the older guy in the group. I knew Taven from recruiting him. I brought him in, and we just sat down, and I asked him, I picked his brain about what he thought, and what's his thought process on the receiving core and the team, because, I want to help these guys. And I mentioned this before, I want to help these guys chase their dreams individually, but I also want to help them realize that we have to do it as a team. And my biggest thing with these guys, I don't want anybody to ever look at our position group as a weak link. So my deal is to challenge those guys to give me everything they have, both on and off the field, to become the best football players and best people that they can become.
Lonnie Demery, Kentucky Sports Report. Segueing off of that is that what is your message to them in terms of going into spring practice and helping them reach the level that you want them to reach?
The first thing I always ask every guy that I've recruited, every guy that I've coached, what's your aspirations in college football? And most people say, well, shoot, I want to play in the NFL, coach. Well, I tell them I've been fortunate enough to have that experience to play at that level and to be around guys that are at that level. And if that's what you want to do, there's a certain way that you have to do it, the steps that you have to take to become that type of player. And I tell the guys, I just want you to be the best you can be. I don't need Superman. I need Dorian Baker to be the best Dorian Baker he can be. I need Lynn Bowden to be the best Lynn Bowden he could be, and so on and so forth. And it goes from my top guy all the way to the bottom guy. And again, like I just said, I don't want anybody to ever look at our position group or me as a coach as the weakest thing on the staff or the weakest point of our football team. So it's a challenge, but it's one that I know these kids, because they have pride too, and pride is a powerful thing. And if you challenge a guy from that standpoint, I think they'll respond.
Look at this program, you've been outside of it, how it's changed with Mark Stoops, and you're now going to sell it. What stood out to you? What stands out to you about where this program is?
I just think the job that Mark and the staff have done in getting these guys to improve every year. You know, I think that's something that you can build on. I mean, as a player, came from a program that was at the bottom of college football, so I've been trained that way, you know, to get better every day. And, you know, what Coach Stoops and the staff has done here is that, you know, we watch the last 5 years. Of course, you're watching from afar, but again, it's in the conference, so you're watching them on TV. You see guys out there playing hard. You see guys out there competing. And I think if you can get your team to do that and keep making progress each year, I think you're heading the right direction. And that was something I wanted to be a part of.
The last 2 years, the offense has kind of had an identity in the run game, running behind Benny. How do you keep the receivers on their A game when it's not, the ball isn't just going to them all the time?
Again, it's a challenge because the team comes first, you know, and we got to do what we got to do to win. You know, I learned this the last couple of years working with Dan Enos. Everybody in the program, you guys, the people that work in the cafeteria, myself, my kids, our families, if we can run the ball, we're going to be, everybody in the program is happy. And if we're running the ball the way we've been doing it, you know, you talk about Benny, another great football player. If he's able to go do what he's capable of doing, we're going to be fine outside. You know, and I'm a challenger. Hey, fellas, this is a team sport. When you're running down the field to get open, what you think Benny's back there doing for you guys? You know, he's blocking, trying to protect the quarterback so you can get an opportunity to catch a pass. So it goes both ways, and it's a team sport, and you got to really believe that and dig into that and make these guys understand that. And when your opportunity comes, you got to take advantage of it.
How much did playing under and coaching with Bill Snyder kind of shape who you are as a coach?
It's everything I am as a football coach. It's everything I am as a man. Him and my father, my two most influential males that I've had in my life. You know, he had an opportunity to take me in as a sophomore and as a player, and then go on in my coaching career, get me started. Like I said, besides my dad, he's probably the most influential male I've had in my life as far as my career is concerned. And I owe everything that I am as a football coach to Bill Snyder.
What's your secret to success? You've been there for so long. You left once,
Coach,
come back.
he loves football. He loves football. He loves helping young men reach their full potential. You know, Mark actually was at Iowa playing for him when he was at Iowa, and I think the grind. You know, he doesn't have a lot of hobbies. You know, his hobby is football. His hobby is coaching, and he's so meticulous and detailed, and so in every aspect of the program that's why he's been able to have the success he's had.
Derek Terry from Cats Balls. There's a lot of young receivers in that room. Do you like the challenge of maybe be able to mold those guys?
There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. I look forward to it. You know, I've had a bunch of young receivers in my career, and you know, to watch those guys continue to grow. The thing that, like anything else, you got to have patience. You know, you got to understand they're 17, 18-year-old young men that are trying to find their way, not only on the football field but in life itself. And there's a lot of things that this game will help you develop and relate to in life, and I try and attack those guys with that and challenge them with a lot of those things, because if you can make it in here, you'll probably have a lot of success out there.
You mentioned you recruited Tate in high school. He came on really well at the end of last season. What did you see from him as a recruit, and then maybe how has he changed?
As a recruit, I just saw a big, long kid that played, you know, made plays. Comes from a great program, Burns, and really got to know his dad pretty well. His dad, you know, was trying to get him out to Arkansas for camp and stuff like that, and obviously we didn't do a good enough job. He came to Kentucky, but just a really good player that had the potential to become a great player. And I think that's kind of what you guys are talking about. You saw last year towards the end of the season, he started making those type of plays. My job is not to come in here and screw that up.
What kind of coach do you think of yourself as? What's sort of your guiding principles? Kind of, are you a yeller? Are you a quiet guy? Are you
No, I'm very enthusiastic. You'll see me run up and down the sideline. I jump a lot. You know, I think I'm a player that a player. I think I'm a coach that the players can relate to. You know, being a former wide receiver, I always try and step back and think about it, just like I just said earlier, they're 17 and 18 years old. If they knew everything, I wouldn't have a job. So I try and step back, look at it from their lens, and then tell them, hey, man, I've been through this. This is the way you need to do it. And if you do it this way, you'll have the success that you want. I always tell kids, because kids, they see you around, walking around like, Coach, I want to be like you when I grow up. No, you don't want to be like me. You want to be better than me. Because if you're better than me, you had a pretty good life, man, because I've been blessed.
Did you know any of the receivers that they just signed December?
I did not. I've actually just started watching tape on them. I think it's a good young group of guys that will come in here and hopefully contribute and continue to grow as young men and do what they need to do to help us win football games.
Is there an optimum number of receivers to have? I think they only have 10 on the roster. Is that enough? Do you need
Where I've been, where I've been, usually carry 3 deep at each position, and that would put 12 in the room, and I've had as many as 20 to 16. I've never had 10, so to get some walk-ons in and some young guys that are coming in with this signing class will be good, because it's just depth. It's depth, and you never know how it's going to go. I mean, I've been at a place where I lost 4 receivers in 10 days. So guys have to step up and play.
anything else for Coach?
You ever had a walk on, come on and turn out to be a good one?
Me. Me. Nah.
Do you talk about that story a lot with your players, that you sort of know like where you start and how you can get to?
I do. I mean, I've even went. Please don't. Well, it's in the news. I've even gone on to show them highlight tapes of myself. I did, and it's just because like I said, I want to be like you, Coach. Well, here it is, brother. I was pretty good, So you got some big shoes to fill if you want to be like me. But no, I have a great story. I like sharing it because I had an opportunity as a 17-year-old guy to go walk on and play major Division I football, and had a tremendous college career, and had an opportunity to go play pro ball for a while, and then led into this coaching thing. So I got 4 beautiful children, got a great wife and a great ex-wife, and I got great friends. I got people in this coaching business that have always taken care of me, and I've just been blessed, and it really is a good story for me. I appreciate everything I've been given, and I'm gonna definitely go out and earn everything I can, because I love football. I love coaching. I love being around young men.
Vince Marrow claims that he's played with just about everybody on the planet. Did he actually play with you?
He did.
What do you remember him from those days?
He did. We were in Kansas City together. Vince was a big man like he is now, but we had a lot of fun when we were in Kansas City together. He was actually one of my really good friends on the team. When they traded him and let him go, I was a little upset, but it was the business. But we remained friends over the years, and when he was actually one of the guys who called and said, "Hey, Smitty, we want you over here," and I was like, "Well, hey, let's get it done, man." So, but he was a tremendous player. I think obviously he's a tremendous football coach and does an unbelievable job recruiting. So I'm excited to work with Vince.
Curtis, what was Vince Marrow's recruiting pitch to you as a coach?
That we're getting it done here. He's just like, Smitty, we're getting it done, man. And there's a lot of, he's like, Mark, man, he's not gonna kill you. We ain't gonna be. He's good with the family and stuff like that. Which, getting up in, my late 40s now and having kids. I mean, I wanna spend some time with them before they get out of here. So that was also important. And Mark has always been a family guy. I mean, he took that off to his 2 older brothers and his dad, I'm sure. So that was very, like, something that I was interested in, and just like, again, being a part of something that I think can be special. And I think this place, obviously, I mean, we have great facilities and we got good people, so that's big for me, being around good people.